What's good, everyone, and welcome to the next episode of Race Coverage. We are missing Ryan today as he's in New York, living lavish. Typical, ain't it, Dom? Absolutely
I
typical.
wouldn't expect anything less from
And
Ryan.
every day I get a cheeky message on Snapchat of him being like, "Oh, I just went this place for food. Oh, snacks are you good?" I'm like,
Every
"Yeah,
other month, he's like, "Oh, you'll never guess where I'm going. Oh,
yeah,
somewhere bloody lovely, aren't you?" Yeah,
yeah, of course." So missing Ryan as he's in New York, but we've got Dom. How you doing, man?
yeah, I'm pretty good. Just on holiday equally at the moment, but I can find time to do this.
Not like someone else.
Yeah,
Joke.
no, I can't imagine who though.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll get to French GP. Sick race. Don't know what it was. I really enjoyed it. A lot of action. Max Dub, nice little double podium for Mercedes. That felt nice. Yeah, what did you think of it, man?
Every time we start the podcast and we're like, "Oh, well, race coverage rather," there isn't a podcast. Like every time we start it, I love how without fail, all this season we've just gone, yeah, really good race, really enjoyed it. Like all three of us in unison. Well,
Yeah.
two of us,
And
but
would you say last year you would have got a few races that you wouldn't have been? You'd been like that was shit. That wasn't worth my
oh
watch.
yeah, yeah.
Or
Well, that's the
okay,
thing. Like if we ever do get a boring race this season, and even last season, it was like fair enough. Part of the course. Not every race is going to be interesting. And to be honest with you, we had a few years before 2021 where every race, where you were worried every race was just going to be a washout and just kind of be
yeah,
fizzle out into nothing really. But
yeah,
that's the thing. Like, I really hated this track, and then in 21 we came, and 20 that was amazing. Like the overtakes for last year's race at France were unbelievable.
I
But
s-
it's not a great track to be honest with you. It's a great hot lap track, but
yeah.
cars have no place racing around it. So
Yeah, I seen like the standard like Max and Hamilton overtake and stuff of that French GP last
yeah,
year. Um,
the two stopper from Max that was really good.
yeah, yeah, they were talking about that actually in the commentary. See if he's going to go back to it. But yeah, like I really enjoyed it. Of course, this is the first French GP that I've watched fully, and very
Probably the
much
last
thoroughly
French
enjoyed
GP.
it. And yeah, it's going to be the last one. Like when we were speaking through the race and stuff, you were saying money wise, that's kind of why it won't go ahead next
Yeah,
year. There's just more money other places.
we've just signed up South Africa, if rumours to be believed. So
Yeah,
seemingly we're going to be having to scrap things, and I don't. There's Spa being bandied about as being off the calendar next year, but I really don't want to think about that eventuality.
yeah, yeah. No, that would
One,
be.
I don't know how you can kick one of the best tracks ever created off the calendar.
Yeah,
But that's a discussion for another day, and hopefully we won't be having that discussion another day.
yeah. To what though? Do you have any idea of what
Well,
track will replace?
got to find space for Las Vegas as well, and then
Oh, I've heard about Las Vegas. Yeah,
as
of
well.
course.
Whether they're gonna stay at the LaSalle circuit we raced at in 21 is a different issue because apparently there's a bit of a we're not sure whether they're going to be racing at a new custom built Qatar track or the LaSalle track,
Oh, really?
which MotoGP races on, and was fairly fun last year to be honest.
Okay.
Had about top three of Hamilton, Gasly, Alonso. That was good fun.
Gazzy got a podium, or did he
Oh
win
no,
it?
no, he started second because he qualified fourth,
Yeah.
and Max and Bottas both got a penalty for not obeying yellow flags, so he got promoted up, and then
Right.
Alonso threw it round the outside of him at turn two. That was brilliant. That was amazing.
I have to go back to that. That does sound fun.
Oh, definitely, yeah, no, great highlights that.
Yeah, no, I need to. Something I've always wanted to do is actually go back to multiple seasons. There's surely got to be like a highlight video of 2021,
Oh,
2020, stuff like that.
you should watch the Alpha Max meme review of 2020, 2021. That was pretty good.
Because I watched the last, was it 5 or 6 races of 2021, something like that.
Oh, there's some early season bangers in 2021.
Really,
Fun, yeah.
I might just go back over the season and watch it and just see how everything unfolds to obviously the to then obviously the controversy at Abu
I've been
Dhabi.
watching. I've been watching loads of season reviews recently because, like, when I'm like having tea and like when I'm not up to stuff in some evenings, I'll be like, I don't know what to watch. So I've started watching really old season reviews. So like, I'm
Nice.
watching 88 season review right now, and it's such a different culture. Like,
I'm down. I'm. You're gonna have to link me some of them videos, or is it like a certain channel that does it, and I need to check
oh yeah,
that?
no, but just type in season F1 season review with a
Oh,
year, but
standard.
they don't do them for 2010 or 2012, which are two of the best seasons going as well. That's a
Oh,
shame.
really? How come?
Oh well, in
Just scrap.
2010,
Yeah.
like like what was it? McLaren, Ferrari, Red Bull, and about two other and Lotus and someone else were really competitive. So there was about five front running teams, and it was a
Ooh.
complete lottery. So going into the second to last race, sorry, go in the last race, there was four people. There was four people who could have won the championship.
Oh shit! Yeah, that
Yeah,
does sound like
yeah.
it. That sounds sick. Yeah, I might have to. I'm surely I can find that race or some sort of.
Well, personal favorite, 2007 season review. Great, honestly,
Okay.
great.
No, I'm down.
Absolutely.
I'll check them out for sure because I'm really interested of like looking, like kind of looking into what I've missed. Do you know what I mean? Try and catch
Oh
up
yeah,
on what I've
no.
missed.
But we always talk about how it's so fun with this discovering a new sport, and there's
Oh, it's
just
amazing.
such a massive backlog of history that's just so like immersive and interesting. It sounds
Yeah.
like an advert for F1 TV, but it
No,
is
it
brilliant.
is. It is. Did you see Alonso's comment about not liking too much new fans? Not liking the
Oh
fact there's
yeah,
too many
well
new fans.
yeah, the football fan analogy. Yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
a lot of people think that, but you know, every sport has that issue. Every sport has, you know, kind of surface layer fans where
Yeah.
they're just passing through and they're just kind of doing it because it's the flavor of the month. But you know,
Yeah.
that every sport has that, and they're fans nonetheless. So you know,
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
but he
Um
is what a lot of people think. To be fair to him, but you know, he's entitled to say that, and but anyone's entitled to watch this, and everyone should watch this.
yeah, exactly. Agreed.
I
Yeah.
mean, our race coverage, not F1 as a whole.
Yeah. Don't even watch the weekend races. Just watch race
If you want
coverage.
to know what happened, just come here.
This is all you need.
Join the Discord if you want to know what happened.
Yeah. Yeah, so true. Going back to the race, sick. Really enjoyed it. Um, it like let's talk about Charles Leclerc a little bit. A question I wanted to ask you and what I wanted to discuss, like he's throwing this away, and
I,
he kind of knows he's throwing it away, especially in an interview. I kind of respect the fact he was so open and like so truth to like what was the problem that happened in that spin out, and he's just like it's completely my fault, like too greedy, whatever. Like he is really throwing this away.
I don't think he's throwing it away. I think realistically, I think Leclerc has made two errors, like
It's
big unforced errors this
was
season.
the other one in Miami? Am I right there or not? Did he?
I don't think it. No, I think it was first. His first error was Imola, where Max did him, and then him and Checo got into a massive battle, and then he put it in the wall, and then finished like seventh.
Oh yeah. I remember. Yeah.
That was completely his fault.
And then he. I thought he fucked up in Miami where he cut a corner too much, or was
Oh
that?
no, I don't think Miami. No, Miami wasn't his fault. Miami, Red Bull were just faster. Red Bull were just a lot faster.
Oh right, okay.
Like in quality, that was early season when everybody was going mental about how fast the Ferrari was, and the Ferrari is
Yeah,
still. I still believe the Ferrari is still on pace, on one lap pace at very least, the fastest car. If you
yeah.
offered me a choice between the Red Bull and the Ferrari, I'd still take the Ferrari at this point. But
Fair
I
enough.
think, like in Miami, Max and Red Bull were just faster. And then Monaco, wasn't it? I don't think it was his fault. I don't believe it was his fault. It was the
The
team.
the myth
The
is
pro-
true. the curse is true. It's gotta be. It's just not. He's not gonna go well at Monaco for him, is it ever?
No. Now that he's had a few races in a row, the curse is now a real thing.
Yeah, exactly.
It ain't going away.
Yeah,
This was his second unforced error. Like, I don't like people are going on about apparently the throttle was stuck open, but it wasn't. Like,
yeah.
he in the team radio, he was what he was like shouting about during when this engine was still on was
Surely,
about
and he was trying to get out, wasn't he? He tried to recover. Yeah.
He couldn't find reverse, and he couldn't get on throttle to get in reverse.
Yeah.
And then that gave me goosebumps when you heard that.
The scream. Yeah. Honestly, I
And
felt
then
exactly. You just felt the pain, didn't you?
it just goes through you, and I literally just said, Charles, like not even being sarcastic. I felt awful for him, and his body language when he was getting out of the car. He doesn't deserve that. Like, he's been on rails this season. He's had so many stonking pole position laps.
Yeah, unreal.
Like races where he's just controlled them, like Australia. Like,
I was going to say that.
In Australia.
Yeah.
Like Bahrain, he had the measure of Max over 4 stints.
Yeah. Australia, he just he just did a Mazda to win that. Yeah, Austrian, that was a Mazda as well.
Austria, This should have been my fun fact for Austria, but he set a record for the most amount of overtakes on one driver for the lead without being repassed by that driver on track.
Crazy.
So, like, he was unbelievable. Like, it annoyed me in Austria because, like, you thought that Max was quicker in the sprint because he just ran off, but then Red Bull just kept on burning their tyres up, and then he kept on coming back at them. He was unbelievable then. He's been unbelievable all season.
No, agreed.
I don't want to be too controversial, too outspoken, but it's been Ferrari operational issues. Ferrari are throwing away his title, right? He's the fastest driver. He's the joint fastest driver right now in the fastest car. And the problem isn't coming from his driving ability. Like, Max has made errors this season. Like, everyone's made errors this season.
Yeah.
Like Max ran over debris, like a debris the size of like my head.
Yeah.
In Great Britain, and like these things happened. Like, what the problem is that Ferrari are not strategically working. Like, in races, they're making poor strategical choices. Like, I'm jumping ahead a bit, but like, even anecdotally, like, well, actually, no, I don't need to jump ahead. Look what they did to Leclerc in Great Britain.
Like, yeah. That was so bad, wasn't it? Yeah, that was so bad.
I know pitting under the safety car from the lead with a bit left is like iffy, but there was a 5-lap sprint. There was like a 10-lap sprint left on softs that were always going to hold up, and literally everyone else apart from Magnussen and Vettel pitted.
Yeah,
you can't do that. You can't put him in a position where he's got to defend from his teammate, a Red Bull and a Mercedes, on infinitely better tires. Like, come on, you can't do that to him. And what's he supposed to do? He did well to get 4th, let alone, let alone stay in, like, let alone not sink further down. Like, it's Ferrari that's costing him this title, and it's Ferrari that's costing them the constructors' title because they've got the de facto fastest car, and I believe they have had since the beginning of the season.
Agreed. And like, it showed in this race. Well, to be fair, it wasn't really a bad tactic in the end, but the signs thing I thought was weird.
Should have picked.
Whoa, yeah, but fuck it. He's having a fight with Perez. Pit. Like, something. I've seen so many funny memes on like TikTok and stuff about the Ferrari like tactic. Whoever the guy is who does the tactics of him sleeping or just like. And it's just it's a joke. It's abysmal.
You know the Spinala memes? They're a bit old, but they're still gold.
No, I haven't actually.
I'm sending you a link after this to the Spinala memes. They're some of the best memes you could hope to see.
It's mad to me. What's so crazy to me is that Ferrari in the best position they've been in a while to win a championship, and it's just wild to me how like unprofessional they're kind of taking it. I don't know if that's the right way to put it, but you kind of know what I'm getting at.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like, we can go through, like, we're not, but we could go through every race and list a Ferrari error. It's It's
Yeah.
just happenstance whether it costs from the race or not.
Yeah. Where
Like,
and then if you compare them to Red Bull, there's very many mistakes that they make.
the one time I think the one time Ferrari outfoxed Red Bull was was Austria, but that was as much about pace as anything because
Yeah.
you could see that Leclerc got into a position where it didn't matter whether they segued into a two-stop or stayed on a one-stop. He was getting
Rapid.
past,
Yeah.
on past. Was Baku when they pitted under the virtual safety car, and then Red Bull stayed out with both Perez and Max, and Leclerc was just gaining on them at a rate of knots
Yeah.
before.
And then before obviously his engine blew
Yeah,
up, didn't it? Yeah.
like that was a
He was
master.
rapid, wasn't he? It was
Yeah,
so. It was wild to see the
was
times
funner
just
than
drop.
he
Yeah.
he got a free pit stop. They would have pitted and came out about 15 seconds behind him,
That
and that
was
was in the open stint.
that
And
was so upsetting as well.
he was not. He got pole position as well, so it's not like he was in a slower car. Like
Yeah. That
he
was
was
tough.
winning that race.
Yeah.
Spade,
Oh,
he
100%.
was winning that race. To like bloody yeah. To the other like with France, you could hear in GP Max's engineer's voice. Oh, would have been a nice battle today, but you know, it's a
Yeah.
shame. Like yeah, it would have been. It would have been an amazing battle. Like for the first 10 laps, they were glued together. You couldn't get
Yeah.
away. You couldn't get away
Yeah.
from it.
It was
But
so upsetting to not see that unfold as well. You just kind of wanted, like Ryan said, you just wanted to see how that was gonna.
yeah, you just want to see him fight. Like
Yeah.
I would, like at the end of it. Say if it gets to the end of the season, I think any logical fan would say this. Doesn't matter who wins, as long as everyone's had a fair go at it.
Agreed.
That's all that
Agreed.
matters. Like we want to see the best fighting against the best, and it
Yeah.
doesn't work when one of the really good ones has a good team and a good reliability behind him, and the other one doesn't know when he's going to get the carpet pulled off him.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Like even science, like at this, but like even operationally, science could be fight. Like maybe it was he's made a lot more mistakes than Charles, sure.
Yeah.
He's really come into it. Like he's been a more than decent teammate
Wow. Well,
last races. Well,
especially
in
this race, especially this French GP. Like I enjoyed watching him race. I enjoyed watching him drive that car so much in this French GP. I just thought he was insane. It
oh,
he,
oh.
you know, if it worked out better for him, and if I think he could have got podium, but then he had that 5-second penalty, didn't he? That he had to.
Yeah, that wasn't his fault either. That's another good example of operational errors. Like he got released into the path of one of the Williams.
Yes,
But
yes,
Williams had to lock up to avoid him. Like, and
yes.
they
That was bad.
waited for ages. He was
Yeah,
stationary for like
for
10 whole
time.
seconds. Yeah.
Yeah,
Then they get onto the radio with him, and he's like, "You got a stop go penalty," and he's like, "Nah, it's a
yeah,
5-second penalty, not a stop go."
yeah.
What if they didn't? What if he didn't correct them? And what if they did continue to make that
It's
mistake?
just wild, isn't it?
Oh God! I mean, like,
Yeah,
it's not fair. It's really not fair. Like,
it is.
I'm not saying. I'm not trying to say much, but you know, like, the entire time Bonotto's been in charge, it's not been bad. It's just been mediocre.
Yeah,
Just been really kind of drab and like beige strategies, like
yeah.
safe choices that just don't amount to anything and aren't going to win you world championships.
How long has he been there?
He's been there since they got rid of Arriva Bene in 2019. So he
Oh,
was there for 2019. Well, they had this it was like a merry-go-round essentially of Ferrari team principals before Bonotto got there at 2019. So
okay.
2019, Mercedes were in a different world to
Yeah,
everybody else.
yeah.
They were both like a minute ahead of the Red Bulls and Ferraris from the first race.
Yeah, wild.
So, like there was only so much he could have done. And when they did get into a better position after the mid-season break and their alleged illegal engine brought them up to Mercedes, they made loads of gaffes. They had a whole Seb versus Charles thing that they just mismanaged. And they had a shit car for the whole of 2020, and it's not like it did anything with it. And in 2021, they were just kind of sure they won the battle against McLaren, but that was because they outdeveloped them. like as much as anything. And did they win a race? No. Did McLaren? Yeah.
True.
So it's a shame, but like when Lauren Mekes has been there, like one of the strategists, when he's in charge when Bonotto's away at the factory at some races during 21 and at like one or two races this season, it's been a lot more cogent and a lot more competent, I'd say.
Yeah. Okay.
So think of that what you will. If it gets any worse, then I'll be even clearer. But right now, like that's just how it's been. Like Charles is 63 points behind in the constructors, and
Yeah.
he's barely put a foot wrong. He's made two mistakes.
Yeah.
And one of them didn't cost him 25 points, but the other one did.
When the French GP finished, I joined Discord with my friends. First thing I said was, Max has won it. Max has won it. And do you agree with that? Like it seems so much that just Max is kind of clear, but
if there's 10 races left, if Charles wins all 10 races, and in those 10 races, Max finishes second with the fastest lap,
yeah,
will still win the championship. So hypothetically, Max doesn't have to win another race this season to win the championship because the lead is so great.
Yeah, that's wild.
Like, we shouldn't be in this position. Like, could you imagine telling us this was the position after Bahrain?
Say, yeah, mad. No, you wouldn't. Because
you
we were just like
it.
Ferrari's back. Like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no one would have believed you. But, like, it's just such a shame because I don't think Charles is doing much wrong. Sure, it was a really bad mistake, but it's easy to make those mistakes on dying mediums in a Duff traction zone. Like, fair enough to him. Like when I play F1, I spend about 100 replays because I do the same thing.
Yeah.
It's a very easy mistake to make. Like we see bloody Latifi do it every race. Like these things happen. Errors happen. Like it's not like Max has ever not made an error. It's not like Lewis has never made an error. But it's just it's really unfortunate to see. But it would have been this costly regardless of what would have happened in the other races, I guess.
Yeah, true, very true. Well, if we move on to Max and Leclerc, let's go to Russell and Perez. What an end battle! What an entertaining end to the race it was. Even though Russell just caught Perez sleeping. Russell just caught Perez sleeping. That's what I want to say.
Just before, not to like cut us off, but like even so, like after the safety car that Charles caused, I was shocked that Hamilton gapped Perez the amount he did. He finished about 7 or 8 seconds ahead of Perez, which then ahead of third place, which was Perez and then Russell.
Yeah.
And on the fastest laps, Mercedes were right next to Red Bull in the on the hard stint.
Yeah.
Like Mercedes are like let's not like with everybody's been going mental for the last 10 races or so, for the last few races or so, going, oh, Mercedes are back. I don't think we'll see Mercedes. Well, we'll give it a few races, but I think they're getting there. They're getting a lot better. I think sure, but even with let's say Leclerc stayed in the race, they still would have been third and fourth on merit.
Yeah, true.
Like they got a double podium.
Yeah. No, that's true.
They would have got a podium and a fourth place on merit.
Yeah,
they're up there. Like they're starting to come back into it now, but maybe it is still track specific. Like but even then, if they're getting the most out of this car at this point, it's still terrifying.
Yeah.
Imagine Mercedes next season if they build a car as fast as Ferrari and Red Bull.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Imagine them next season.
They've got like the vengeance of this season, like infuriating them. Like that's going to be a scare with Russell instead of Bottas. Well, nothing against Bottas, but still.
As soon as this race ended and I heard the buzz behind Lewis just getting a second, I said to myself, I said to the TV screen, he's not going anywhere. He is. He will be around for a good minute.
He still loves it, and that's the only test. Like Alonso still loves it, and he's coming sixth in most races. Like
yeah,
if the love's still there, he's gonna stay. And like, you don't want it. Like I was saying at Saudi, like, oh, poor Lewis when he qualified 16th.
Yeah.
What you want to see? Like, you don't want to see like.
No, you don't.
It's so depressing to see like Kimmy last season. It's so depressing to see like
Yeah.
sports just fizzle out. You never want to see that. And if Hamilton and Russell get in on this title fight next season, oh my god,
It's just gonna be sick. I'm excited.
oh, it was just like old times when when Hamilton was behind Max on a restart. Sure,
Yeah, it was. And Hamilton's start as well was so good. It's stupid.
oh, but Max, to be fair, Max absolutely cocked Lewis on the restart.
Yeah.
Like, he just went at the earliest possible opportunity and like crossed the line. And Hamilton was a second behind him, and I was like, "Oh well, Max has won the race now."
Yeah.
There's no doubt anymore, unless there's a dodgy safety car. But seemingly, we'll see what
Yeah.
happens. But yeah, so like with Russell and Perez, Russell, Steve, like that was reckless. Like not reckless, but bold. Bold
Yeah.
is right.
Yeah.
Absolutely, like it was like in slow motion. Like as it showed us on board, I just said out loud, they're gonna crash into each other. They would have. Always can get out of it.
Yeah. I love the aggression Russell's got. He's gonna be he's just gonna be sick. And like they said in the commentary as well, like obviously he's come in to Mercedes this year, of course, with the status that Mercedes have, thinking he's gonna be winning races, he's gonna be easy 1-2 every race, but it hasn't worked. That obviously hasn't worked out for Mercedes, but he's still consistently putting in some unreal drives, and I'm very glad to see
as well. Like,
yeah,
the only time I've like something stupid, like I swear, like the only time he's not finished in the top 5 has been when he DNF'd in Britain.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check that stat. I really hope that stat's true, because I feel like I've just said it now, feeling that it's right. But
no, I think it is, because that was always like a stat being like, oh, he still finishes top 5, whatever. So I'm pretty sure that is true. So that is legit. But yeah, no, he's put some crazy races in Russell. Like, he's done so well. Like, and obviously a lot of people have been saying like he's gonna come into this season. He's come into this season well as well, because he knows what it feels like to have to fight in a car that isn't as good as others. And I think that's what's given the benefit of the doubt.
It is right. That's going to be my fun fact for the day. The only time he's not been in the top 5 was when he DNF'd, and that wasn't really his fault. I don't think.
Yeah.
I think that was more Gasly than Russell.
Yeah.
He is going to be Hamilton's. If they do get a car together next year, he is going to be Hamilton's worst nightmare. He's going to be Russell.
Agreed.
He's going to be Rosberg 2.0.
Yeah.
They are going to. The second they get a decent car that isn't like third fastest on pace, they're gonna fall out. They ain't getting on. Ain't getting on.
No way. No way. Yeah, no. Actually, Hamilton.
I'm surprised Leclerc and Max have got on for as long as they have. To be honest with you,
yeah.
Like, it's really civil.
Everyone was praising Max's hat when he asked if Leclerc's okay. I was like, that's standard, surely.
Yeah, no. Even went like fuck or something, or like swore before before when he saw it.
Yeah, true.
Like, that was probably him jizzing himself more than anything. Realize the point.
Easy first, yeah.
I think I'll be this much ahead. Look, is he okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Oh, Russell steamed up his inside, and I understand what he was ranting about, but like realistically, say if Perez doesn't get out of it, A, Russell isn't overtaking him, because B, they're crashing out.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Russell's suspension is going into Perez's suspension, and like they said at the time on the commentary, Russell ends up on the exit of that corner on the white line, like on the curbs.
Yeah.
So where does Perez fit into that?
Yeah.
He's going to either push Perez off track, which he did.
Yeah. Or they're going to crash. Yeah. And he was so adamant that he was in the right, or he should have been given the place back or something. I get it.
Yeah. We've all been online going mental where we've crashed into
True.
someone and spawned and been like, that fucking idiot, what are you doing?
True. True.
And then Toto coming on the radio as well.
Yeah, he's like, you can still get him. Chill. I love that from Toto.
Oh, I love that. That's just coded for shut the hell up, mate.
Yeah.
Get on with it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm trying to remember. This just popped into my head, but like, there's like this team radio. Oh, it might be like yeah, it's Charles in Turkey. Did
Yeah.
you see in 2020 when it was that really weird wet race with a shit track, shit surface of the track, not quality, and Hamilton won his seventh world title?
Okay.
So like on the last corner, like literally in the last complex of corners, Charles was third. Leclerc was overtaking Perez for
Yeah.
second. Locked up, went off the track. Then Perez and Vettel went past him. So Leclerc, who had been in the podium places who had been in like third for the entire race, basically, like fucked up at the final corner and went straight on. So
Yeah.
he finished fourth when Seb got the podium.
Yeah.
And he's like going mental and he's like, I'm an idiot. I'm so stupid.
I think I've seen that. I think I've
Yeah,
seen that.
in the background, you can hear his engineer just go, "Shut up, shut up, shut up." That's what I heard when Toto was saying, like, "Get on with it.
Yeah.
You can take him on track."
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, but another rant I'm gonna do. I hate the virtual safety car. I used to not really mind it, but I hate it so much. It's so exploitable. I'm sorry.
I get what you
If
mean.
you think it's exploitable, what happened with Russell and Perez? Like, it's legal, yeah. But Russell eases off him to
Yeah.
get his delta into the positive.
Yeah.
And then if your delta is in the positive, because it's all how it works is that it's fixed. There's a fixed lap time that you have to do.
Yeah.
It's 40% slower than the actual lap times.
Okay, so you're actually educating me here. So you don't have to go 40% slower the whole way round. You just have to go 40% slower in your lap time.
So when it ends,
Yeah.
not even with the lap time, when the safety car is ending,
Yeah.
if your delta is above that lap time
Yeah.
from the beginning of the virtual safety car, you'll get a penalty because you've been speeding under the virtual safety car.
Right.
But
you
if
can
it's
just go you can just go super slow and then
well,
go.
that's what Russell did. That's what Russell did. If you remember.
Yeah,
He
that's
slowed down
cheeky.
the road
That is
and then
cheeky.
got momentum and got the run on Perez.
Wow.
So when it ended, he had loads more overspeed because Perez was like, he was in a flat out zone. He was like in fourth gear, like not really accelerating. So when it ends, Russell has so much overspeed that he just goes round him.
Yeah.
So that is so exploitable in that way because it doesn't matter about the lap time. It matters where you end up at the end. So say if like me and you, like you're in front of me and you've got a 2-second gap, yeah. If I time it right and get the delta down when you're like still fanning about, if you're still fanning about on the safety car restart,
Yeah.
and both our deltas are positive. Neither of us have infringed on the rules, but I can cut that gap down.
That's wild. Yeah, no, that's not.
It doesn't equalize the race. It doesn't equalize the race because you can exploit it and you can gain lap time under it. If you can time it right, like Russell did, you can get up to them with extra overspeed and overtake them as green flags go out. What is the point?
Yeah.
If you want to equalize the race, put the safety car out.
Yeah, agreed.
And sure, they might still have this agreement that was the big topic last year in Abu Dhabi, where if you can get a racing lap, do it. Like, come on.
Yeah.
If you either equalize for if you really want to do that, throw a bloody red flag.
Yeah, just restart.
Cool.
Yeah, and yeah.
Put the bloody safety car out for a lap.
Yeah.
Don't let lap cars overtake, and that equalizes it.
Yeah, true.
That's better than everybody trundling round, and then the gaps aren't equal to where they finished.
Yeah.
It's just purely dependent on when you get it and how you manage your delta.
I was going to say how clever you are, managing.
Yeah, exactly. It literally comes down to how clever you are. And in that situation, that's why they said, oh, Perez is sleeping, because Russell's on it, and
Yeah.
Perez was different.
Yeah.
Because because Vettel, they're short. Like, no one's done anything wrong, but Russell was exploited that.
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
So, what a joke, to be honest with you. Like,
Yeah.
I love that Russell overtook him. Like, Russell he had a great drive. But equally, like, if you're gonna do something like that can be so exploited if you put your mind to it, why bother?
Yeah.
Like, and if you do that, don't masquerade it as like, oh, it's fair, it equalizes the race. It doesn't. It's just shit. To be completely, it might be a bit arbitrary, but I hate it.
Yeah,
Maybe
they
it's
need to
a
change
down
that.
desire to just see a safety car, as many safety cars as I can during the race, but still.
They need to change that. Double
Yeah,
points
with
for McLaren. That was a
solid drive.
positive.
Norris has been amazing this season.
Yeah,
Like,
great.
I don't think that McLaren is truly fourth on pace. They've just got two really good drivers, and even then, with Ricciardo underperforming,
Yeah.
he's still getting points. He's still getting some decent points. Like, we'll
Yeah,
see what
9 and 7th. No, they like. I actually I thought Ricciardo did well in this race. Hopefully, he's just getting in the groove of the car a little bit, and yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
I thought double points was really good. I was really happy to see them get double points.
Yeah, no, I reckon I've been saying this privately, but I reckon when Lewis retires, Norris is going to Mercedes. Just picture it. Picture Lando in those black overalls. You can see
you
it.
just see it, and Russell's teammate. I can just see that. I can just see them being teammates.
Banter F1 TV and F1 YouTube will do. Think of
all the content.
all
and
the
on,
cool.
And on top, Norris is actually a pretty good driver. It's not even a bad move.
Yeah, no, I understand why people don't like him because actually, no, I won't say because I'll get roasted, but I can understand and I like him because he's very good.
Go on.
So,
say why people might not like him.
He's got a punchable face. I'm not saying I want to punch him in the face, but you know, he's got one of those smug faces. That's all. I like him.
I like him. I really like him.
Ever
I like him for what he does off the track as well. I'm very into like that quadrant stuff and the whole like gaming scene that he's in and stuff. I quite like that stuff. So, and I'm also a McLaren fan. So
he seems like a lovely guy. Like,
yeah,
he's like a guy that you'd want to be mates with, and that's why I like him. That's why everybody else likes him. But he's just got a really smug face, and I think that rubs people up the wrong way. Oh, why did we wait to talk about this when Ryan's not here?
Oh, he would be. But it's funny enough when you like, oh, he looks like the type of guy you want to be friends with, which I agree. I just heard Ryan be here, but he's not even here, being like, "But I fuck."
Yeah, I just said nah.
in it.
Yeah, like he's quality. He is quality. Like you could tell when he came into it. Like he was putting Carlos Sainz to task, and like Carlos is now a race winner. So like, it's just a shame we've only seen him in so few race winning opportunities with Lando Vias.
Yeah.
The one time he was in a proper race winning scenario, he did kind of bottle it.
Like, he did. He did. He fully did. No, he did. It was his fault. Not listening to his engineers as well. You can't do that. That was a big rookie mistake. But
especially with the rain as well. Like,
it's just such a bad mistake. He's
got tunnel vision when in that situation, sure, but like, you know,
what race was that? That was 2021, wasn't it? But what yeah, I know. But how far in the calendar was that? Because I watched that race, so I must have watched. Was that close to the end or not at all? Or I can't even remember.
That was after what was it? So there was no Singapore last year, so it was Belgium that was rained out. There was Italy where Hamilton and Verstappen crashed. And then after Italy, there was another race. I want to say the Turkish Grand Prix where Bottas won. I think it was after Turkey, and that was like the 13th, 14th race because it was the third or fourth race after the season break.
Right.
After
okay.
the mid-break, after the summer.
I think I started watching literally after the mid-season break. Then that's kind of where I was.
That was a great watch.
Yeah,
like that was an absolutely mental watch. Like
Yeah.
I've seen so many F1 races where they tease you with rain at the very end. Oh, it's raining a bit, and then nothing. And then
Yeah.
this, I'm lashing it that about
I
the rain.
heard Lando. There's like this interview that Lando, and he was talking about that Russia race, and it was like he was like, I just threw away my first win, and Max is no, not Max. Lewis has just gone as won his so many 150th win or something.
That was
And
literally like
I
his
knew
100th
about it.
win. It was like,
Yeah,
oh.
yeah, that was my first, man.
But
Yeah,
the joke thing was that like Max finished second in that race as well.
really.
It was like a podium of like Matt. What was it? It was Lewis, Max, and Sainz. But it was like, oh, we could have had Norris, Lewis, and Fernando.
Yeah, yeah, it's true.
Oh, that was great though. But yeah, no, Lando's definitely. I don't think there's any question he's going to win a race in the
No,
future. It's just
100%. There's
he's in the
no
car.
question. Yeah, exactly.
It would be a shame to see him. Well, I mean, especially for you, it'd be a shame to see him leave McLaren. But like, if
It will
they never
be
get him a car
a
that
big
can,
shame. Him leave.
well, that's the image. You know about like just those like photoshopped images on Insta where it's like another driver's face in a different overalls.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
just see how well that fits. Like,
Yeah.
Lando reeks of Mercedes.
Oh,
Yeah,
100%. Yeah, 100% reeks of it. Definitely.
And then McLaren will get the Americans in.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then good drive from Alonso as well, I thought.
Yeah, no, agreed. Ocon, not as good as he's raced before, you know. Why did they do so much Ocon content for this French GP, but no Gasly? I thought that was strange.
Yeah, no, I didn't see any Gasly content. It was all Ocon, to be fair
Yeah,
to you.
I thought that was strange.
You know, have you heard about Gasly and Ocon's rivalry?
No,
They despise each other, apparently.
really?
They used to do karting back in the day,
Yeah.
and apparently, like they had an accident. I swear they had an accident, and they had like a vile, like bitter argument afterwards,
Yeah.
and they just hated each other ever since.
Yeah.
Like, really don't get on. Like you don't think about it. Have you ever seen them in like a F1 content
Never.
situation
Yeah,
together?
no, never.
No. They wouldn't be seen dead together, I don't think.
Strange. Wow. Wonder where that
No.
rivalry comes from.
Oh, it's just karting. Like they used to cut a lot of it's just karting. So, like Max and Max and Lando are mates from. No, they're not. They're just mates generally. And
Oh,
then
really?
Max and Charles, obviously massive.
Yeah, I
thing.
know them too. Yeah.
Charles. Nico and Lewis used to be best. Rosberg and Hamilton used to be best mates in karting before they both joined Mercedes.
Oh, really?
They used to be absolutely best mates, apparently.
Crazy. That is mental. Mad.
And then Max used to race against like Lance Stroll. Like Lance Stroll was from all the same karting categories as Charles and Max. And then Bottas and Ricardo used to do like F4 together.
I seen that. I seen like Ricardo came out and they was doing an interview with Ricardo, and they asked what Ricardo's favorite race was, and it was like it was against Bottas. I don't know what it was in.
It was like 2000. It was like early 2000s or something. Yeah, I saw the same clip.
Yeah.
It was like a sick battle between them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see Lance Stroll and Sebastian Vettel at the end?
No.
The end. They showed it on TV when they were fighting over 10th place and coming out of that.
Oh yes, I did. They nearly crashed. Yeah. They nearly went into each other. Yeah.
Well cheeky from Stroll. Like fair enough, anyone would do that, but well cheeky to just chop your teammate off.
Yeah,
he's done
wild.
That loads. He's chopped Seb off absolutely loads of times.
He just wants that finish over him, doesn't he?
Yeah, no. Did you see him telling his engineer to shut off as well?
No, I didn't see that.
So, like, the engineer was saying to Stroll, he was like, "Oh, Lance, keep an eye on." I mean, he got cut off, and then Stroll just went, "Yeah, I know. Just leave me alone."
Fair play.
You can't have the same thing where, like, his engineer was telling him something, and then he just goes, "Yes, please, thank you."
I bet it can be annoying sometimes.
Oh yeah, no, like I'll be on F1 career mode. I'll just be
Shut
screaming
up.
at Jeff. Shut the
Yeah.
fuck up, Jeff.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
No. What else?
Um, I think.
Missing?
Go on.
We're
I,
not
s-
missing. Are we missing anything? We're not missing anything, are
I
we?
don't think so. Nah, I think we can move on to predictions now.
Was this a conversation we should have had beforehand?
What? Nah, nah, nah.
Oh, whether we missed anything?
Nah, I think we're all good. I think we can move on to predictions now.
That's good.
I, Hungarian, speak to me, Dom.
Right.
What's his race gonna be like? Are you excited for it or?
Pre 21, this used to be a snow fest
Okay.
because the track is like what they call it Monaco without walls.
Really?
Like that's the
Oh
thing.
no, I don't want another sleep. Well, there has been any sleepers. Monaco was actually really good this
Oh,
year.
Monaco was the second best.
Amazing. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I know, but it has been poor over
but,
years.
well, 2021. Oh, have you ever seen the Hungary 21 highlights?
No, I'm gonna have to go back to them.
After this, right? After we finish this, you need to watch
I
that
don't want to
because
go bed early though. If it's gonna make me go sleep.
oh, it'll keep you up. If you don't want to stay up late, don't watch that because I was a lot the Alonso Hamilton battle. There are a few. I know I say this most podcasts, but few times I've seen better racing.
Oh right, okay. I'll
But
definitely check it out then.
Fernando's in like a bucket of a car compared to last year's Mercedes, and he was holding off. He held off Hamilton for like 20 laps, and they were just like Hamilton was just breathing down his neck. Honestly, I'll send you the extended highlights. It
Yeah.
was one of the best races of last season. Ocon
Okay.
won it last year.
Oh, is that the race he won?
Yeah,
Okay.
that was
Right.
Ocon's
Okay.
first win. That was really good to see.
Right.
That was
Okay.
really good to see.
Nice.
So pre 21, it was pretty boring. It's a
Yeah.
really good track, but it is like there is one overtaking opportunity. Well, there's two overtaking opportunities,
Okay.
and one of them you basically have to be as close to someone as if you were going to overtake them into turn one.
Right.
So I think this year we're going to see significantly better racing. Like we don't really need to talk about regulations. I mean, like we can all see that regulations have worked. Like the
Yeah.
racing this season has been unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Yeah. No, it's been so it's been so enjoyable watching it, and like you can see I've with these new regulations, you can see the individual amazing performance as well. Just for example, when even Schumacher puts in a good performance, you see that with these new regulations. I think.
Yeah, and yeah, literally, yeah, no, 100%. And like, it's one of those situations when you've got raceable cars, like the quality starts to rise to the top. Like, it further exposed who is actually quite good.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, there's only so much you can do. Where in the last few years, where it's been, if you get a bad qualifying position, you're basically finishing there, if not for an amazing drive.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm reduced.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm being a bit too harsh on it, considering with what we've got now. But I think this year we're going to see a lot better racing. I mean, sure, it's still going to be difficult to overtake, but equally, like these cars are they're a lot less draggy. So the DRS might be bit less effective, but they're going to have full downforce on. So that's going to
Nice.
bring in a lot more. So
I'm
I think
excited.
we're going to see another good one.
Like I am every F1 weekend. I'm so excited. Every race has been sick, so let's get it. What give me your 1, 2, 3. What's the prediction?
I'm trying to think how smooth the track surface is because that really depends whether. Nah, screw it. I always go for mental predictions. I'm not going to stop now.
Yeah.
I was going to say Ferrari 1-2 then. That's not my job to say that.
No, that's Ryan's. We already know Ryan's prediction.
Well, that's Ryan's prediction.
Yeah, that's Ryan's predictions then. Yeah.
Right. I'm trying to think of the best downforce. Well, obviously Ferrari has best downforce, but Red Bull's very straight liney. So let's say a 9th win for Hamilton in Hungary, shall we?
Oh, I like that. I really like that. Like
I've just tried the Mercedes hype train and I've jumped on it at the very end.
I like it. I think a Ham dub is coming. A Hamilton dub is coming. It feels like it's brewing, and I was going to say the same. But go on, Hamilton dub.
Yeah. let's go with Hamilton win, and then Max, and then it'd be a bit plain to say Russell or Perez after Hamilton win. So let's go with Lando podium, since we've been wanking him
Go
off.
on. Lando podium. Very nice. I'd love to see a Lando podium.
I mean, it was amazing he pulled out the bag in Imola, but that
Yeah.
was more because of Leclerc's mistake than
Yeah.
he was in a good position anyway.
Yeah.
But Leclerc did final delivery for him.
I'm just gonna go the other man. I'm gonna go Russell dub. Fuck it. Russell dub. Hamilton second. I'm gonna go Mercedes 1-2. Fully jumping on the Mercedes hype train. Fully jumping on it. Russell first, Hamilton second, Leclerc third. That's what I'm talking about. Max is finishing below top 6. 8th finish for Max. Don't know why he has a stinker. That's me.
Oh, what was it? Someone
Well,
said
Max's has. Perez hasn't been so much, but Max's car seems to be pretty reliable at the moment. So something's gonna.
To be fair, Perez's championship aspirations got assassinated. What was it?
Yeah.
Canada, and then yeah, it was it was Azerbaijan after he was told to get out the bloody way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. What was it? Austria and Canada that put an end to his title ambitions. Oh, I would have loved to see Perez stay in this as well. Imagine if it was an intra-team Red Bull title fight now.
That'd be sick.
Oh, that would have been great to see Perez take it to him. But So someone said it to me after. It was the race after Australia. It was Sorry, no, it was in Monaco. It was just at Monaco. And someone said to me, "Oh, Max has got a DNF. Like it's inevitable." And I was thinking, Max has had 2 DNFs already.
Yeah.
But now it seems inevitable
anymore.
It's going to break down.
Yeah, true.
So I think I wouldn't be surprised if we see Red Bull reliability come into play here.
Yeah.
And then after Hungary at Belgium, we've got the new rules.
What do you mean new rules? Educate me.
Have you seen all the flexi floor stuff?
No.
So apparently, what Mercedes are moaning about is that Red Bull and Ferrari and a few other teams have interpreted the rules a bit differently, and that they've read it that the floor rules allow for flexibility when they're under certain loads, essentially.
Yeah.
So apparently that contributes to performance because that allows them to run it lower because it moves.
Right.
And because it creates more downforce when it moves, because that's why they're saying. Oh, actually, no, I won't say that because I'm not 100% sure, so I don't want to paraphrase them incorrectly.
Yeah.
But they're saying that they have a performance advantage because their floor moves.
Right.
The complicated equation that Formula One, that the FIA are introducing to combat porpoising, as in the amount of oscillations that are acceptable, are going to come into it as well. So they're starting to phase in the outlawing of porpoising.
Right.
So, but we might see. Well, there might be nothing to it. Nothing might change, but apparently, some people seem to think that there may be an outside chance for competitive order change because of this flexi floor. Because we know that Red Bull and Ferrari are using it apparently.
Yeah.
But we don't know who else is using it. So it would be interesting to see if anyone's been using it.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
So are they? So what is it? Are they taking it from them? But they changed the rules so whatever they're using, they have to take it from them, or they're just gonna keep it as it is, and Mercedes just now use it.
Just that they're
go?
outlawing the flexi floor, so they're going to introduce a test to eliminate that, and they're introducing a test to eliminate porpoising, essentially.
Right. Okay.
I never get to use this term, but it's one of the best terms I've ever heard. When they were talking about when there's rule changes like this season, no one knows who's going to be good.
Yeah.
So when one of the ex team boss of McLaren used to say about rule changes that at the first race we get to see who's been swimming with no speedos on.
Oh my god. That's
I
funny.
think it's gonna be something like that. We might get to see who's been swimming with speedos that move.
Yeah. Yeah, that will be interesting. Let's get it. Let's get it. I'm excited for the Hungary GP now. Get that gone. Belgium in. Mercedes back. Come on.
That's a great recipe, surely.
Exactly. Yeah, I think we can end it there. I've got no wacky races updates other than welcome Astro to the team. He's now modding our channel. He'll hopefully be doing more of like the form stuff for like the giveaways and stuff. So yeah, we appreciate Astro coming on the team and helping us out. But other than that, yeah, I think we can end it there. I appreciate you coming in, Dom. It was actually these longer episodes are gonna have to be a thing because I like to sit here and just talk about F1 because I don't have anyone else to do with. This is the only time I really get to speak about it. So
what I say about these race coverages as well, it's like if anyone's gonna be happy to sit and listen to me chat F1 for an hour, I ain't gonna turn that down.
Yeah, innit? I agree.
I think this has been our most sweary episode as well. You know.
Yeah, I agree.
We've been slowly dialing up the swearing as well, but you know we've got a mature audience.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously, it's family friendly, of course, but you know anyone's welcome. But you know it is. You know, everyone's mature, surely.
Yeah, fully. But yeah, thank you very much for listening. If you made it to the end, we appreciate you listening to this next episode of Race Coverage. And we will see you next week because we got a race this weekend. So we'll see you next week. Bye bye.